No,
Any
just
doubts? Any doubts from the previous session then?
no.
Okay,
I'm good. Yeah.
maps Apex. So I want to go to shit. I want to go to developer guide for map collection. Map collection methods. So most of the times avoid remembering a lot of stuff. So try to habituate to use the functions which are available in a developer guide and try to understand how to use each and every function whenever you get a requirement. But coming to the interviews perspective, you should have this knowledge. You should remember something at least. Why means in interviews you need to showcase your knowledge. So at the time you should be good with this basic syntaxes kind of things. Whereas coming to the real time, you need not to remember all these things. So whenever you get a requirement, you can refresh your knowledge by looking into developer document, and you can copy paste the code and you can modify that code however it requires. So 90% of the developers do same thing. So whenever you want to define a map data type, so as it is a compound or collection data type, like here previously whatever the collections we saw, that is like a set collection or map collection, sorry, a list collection. There like
Mm,
what we did is like this is that will contain a single data type,
yeah.
and by default for each and everything there will be a like indexes. But here the scenario is different. So here we'll take the values in the form of key value pair.
Yeah.
So index also we are specifying. You can understand on that way. So here values in the form of key value pair. Values are in the form of key value pair. So I'm pasting that thing, whatever I copied from there. Okay. So here you can see, so map is a compound data type. In this first data type we need to specify for key, and second data type we should specify for value. So from while defining a map, you should remember, so inside the map we can use collections as well as a value. That's why he is defining collection data type. Okay, so now like based on your requirement, let's suppose in a real time we'll have this kind of scenarios. So we need to store account records. Let's suppose the scenario is we need to store account records. Key is account ID. Values will be account record all field values. Means it will be either a list collection or set collection. Understood?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
Most of the times we'll
Yes.
store value in this fashion. So to define a collection kind of thing, we can define like this. Whereas if you want to define a basic map, you can define like this. So here he is defining map key and values are both are string data type. It's not a mandatory thing. So key might be one data type and value you can define another data type as well. That is also acceptable. So here I'm going to this one. I'll see whether he explained any examples. So now, if you want to specify dynamic values in the map, you can specify like this. I'm pasting it here. And what I'll do is I'll extend it a bit more. Yes. So now what I am doing is I'm defining a map with the string data type and I'm keeping name like my strings. So here, whenever you want to initialize anything, this is the structure as you know this thing. And the next, while defining any collection, if you want to add values directly into it, you need to use flower bracket. Irrespective of the collection type, always if you want to specify a data, you need to specify like this. Okay. And here key is A and value is B. Key is C and value is D. And here he is adding two uppercase function. So he is adding this function to only this D. This will be converted in the form of uppercase. We'll see the output for this. To see the output, we need to take help of system.debug statement. System.debug. I need to debug. I have to debug this my strings. So I'm adding it. I'm keeping it here. So I want to highlight, execute highlighted. So now double clicking on this, debug only. You can see this character only become an uppercase. So as you know, in a strings will be having two uppercase function, na? Two uppercase. The
Yeah.
purpose of this function is to make a string into the uppercase. So we added it to this character only. It means this character means if you are specifying something in quotation means that is a string. Means we are converting this single string only into uppercase. Okay, understood, right?
Yeah.
Now we'll see the different methods in it. We'll see, yes. You can see if you want to add any value inside the map, we need to take help of put method. Okay, as we defined a map here, na, in this map itself, I want to add a value. So let's suppose in this map, what is our map name? My strings now.
Mm.
My strings dot put
That's
method.
good.
So whenever you want to put the value, the first thing you need to remember is initially you need to specify a key. With the comma, you need to specify a value. Okay, so first is map name. I'm writing syntax here so that you won't forget at any time. Okay, this is the structure. Clear?
Yeah.
Now we'll try to add the value. My string dot put. So what is our key data type? String. Means our key should be string data type. Let's suppose
Mm.
my string name is E, let's suppose. For this, which value you want to keep? I want to keep elephant. Okay. So now what I'll do is I want to debug it. Make sense, right?
Mm.
So in this way,
Yes.
how many key value pairs you want to add, you can add it. So you can see this key value pair is added. Let's suppose I have a requirement like I want to change value for any key. If you want to change value for any key, what you can do is like you can take help of this thing. I'm copying this. Control C. So here what I'll do is for EA, I want to change the value like animal. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll debug the thing. So in this way, while using put method, if you use the existed key, that key value pair will be updated. Okay, you can see A is a key and value for this key will be updated. In this way, you can add any new key value pair and you can update any key value pair. Clear with the put method? Yes, clear.
Yes.
Similarly, if you want to get any value, previously what we did to get any value, we used a index in a get method, isn't it?
Mm. Yes.
Now, if you want to get any value, the structure will be different. Map name dot get method. In this, to get a value, we need to specify a key. In this way, we can access a values. So what is our map name? My strings
My strings.
dot get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, here what we need to specify. So let's suppose if you want to get a value for A, so it is a string na key, we should specify
Yeah.
in the same data type. execute highlighted.
No, it didn't write that debug statement.
Oh, really? If we won't add debug statement, we won't be able to see the change.
Yeah.
Done. Perfect. Execute highlighted. So here you can see what we have done.
No. Yeah. You need to specify the only A value, right?
We can store that in another variable, right?
Just wait. I did not walk through that. Give me a minute. Actually, we should keep a debug statement for this only. We are getting this value, na? Sorry for that. I did not check system dot debug my string. Like whatever the values we are getting, for that only we can apply a debug statement, or else we can store it in a some variable by defining a string
Yeah.
variable, and we can store it in some variable if needed also. Okay. Done. Execute highlighted. So here you can see we are fetching the value corresponding to any key. Similarly, if you want to get all the keys, so if you want to get all the keys, we'll be having key set function, I think. So here you can see value set and key set functions. With this function, we'll get key set. With the key set, we'll get a keys. With the value set, we'll get all the values. So now what I'll do is my string dot key set. It is a function which will give all the keys corresponding to this map. So sometimes we have to take all the keys in the form of collection. At the time, you can take help of key set and you can grab all the keys and you can store it in any collection. You can see these are the keys. A, C, E are the keys. Similarly, I hope value set also there. We'll see whether it is available or not. Key set in place of key will replace value, and we'll see. No, value set is not existed. So we'll check whether it is available in this methods or not. Map methods, no? That's perfect. So these are the map method. Clear means to clear all the values. Contains key to check whether the values are present or not. Deep clone means to copy the content from one map to another map. Equals to check both the maps are same or not. Get key, like to get the value, we need to take help of get key method. Get a subject type means inside the collection which type of a subject data we are having, to take that, return the token of a subject type that makes up the map values. So it will return the data type of the values of a map. Hash code is empty. Key set we are having. Put we know. Put all from map. Okay. Remove. Whenever you want to remove any key value pair, we need to take help of remove method. So yeah,
Values.
to get the values, we'll be having not value set. We are having values method. Where it is.
Execute.
Perfect. So before starting admin again, like what I'll do is I'll explain you till basics of Apex and how to write a SOQL, Apex queries and everything. so that in an admin also, like you'll be before going to admin again, you'll have that knowledge.
Yeah.
So what we did there, yeah,
Yeah,
value
only
checker.
values.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
giving values. Okay, like this, you can take help of other functions also. The mostly whatever the functions we use is put method, get method, key set, values, and remove method will use sometime. Okay, so it's about map. Any doubt on map? Map is the easiest one, and lot of places while writing a triggers kind of thing. So for the bulkification of code, lot of developers will use map. Again, while explaining trigger concept in a high end, we'll see this map collection in a high end. Okay,
Yeah.
clear?
Okay.
Hmm. Shall we start another concept?
Yes.
Next concept will be operators. It's the easiest concept. Okay, so prior to the operators, how to define a constant value in an Apex. So whenever you want to define a constant value in Apex, we need to define any variable with a final keyword that will be a constant. Let's suppose if you define a variable with integer a equals to some 10, let assume we are defining like that, or else like integer a, if I initialize this and later I'll say a equals to some 12, and then next I want to debug it, system dot debug a, and along with this what I will do is I want to update a value like 14, and again I want to debug it. Okay, so now I'll execute it. So log file is generated. Where it is? I need to open this now. So you can see that variable value is updated. First it is giving 12. So while after updating it, it is giving 14. But so if you want to define a constant variable means its value won't be changed again and again, right? Isn't it? So if you want to define constant, we need to define a variable with final. So let's suppose I'll say final integer pi equals to 3.141414. Let's suppose not, it is not an integer, right? Final decimal, let us say. Is it a decimal value? Yes, it is. Isn't it? Tell me yes or no.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
System dot debug. Okay. In the debug statement, what I'll do, I'll specify pi value. After this, I want to modify the pi value. Let's suppose I'll say 4.45. And again, I want to keep a debug statement. We'll see what happens now. So it is giving an error. So final exception, final variable has already been initialized. It means we won't modify the value once we define a final variable. Remember, so if you want to store some constant values in an Apex, we should define it with a final keyword. Okay.
Yeah.
The next we'll be having concept called operators. So you can be able to navigate to this documentation, na? Apex Developer Guide documentation for topic wise. You can be able to navigate, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you should get a hands-on of using that developer guide. So I'm going to this page. Operators. What do you mean by operators first? Prior to that, you need to understand what do you mean by operators. So operators are nothing but symbols which are used to perform some action. So operators are nothing but symbols which are used to perform some operation. So let's suppose here we defined integer a and here we used equals to symbol. This equals to symbol also a operator. Equals to symbol is also said as an operator. Which type of operator it is? Assignment operator. It is an assignment operator. It means by taking help of this symbol, we are assigning value 12 to the variable a. That means it is an assignment operator. Like this, we'll be having lot of operators in any programming language. So like these are we can divide operators into different types like arithmetic operators, relative operators, comparative operators, etc. But in an high end, you should know what are the basic operators and how to define the operators or expressions in an Apex. So these are the most of the operators which are present in Apex. We'll see the important operators. So now what I'll do is, so as you know, the first operator that is equals to symbol, the next we'll see the remaining operators. So in a variable a, we are defining 12, right? So after that, what I'll do is, I'll say, yeah, directly I'll use debug statement, system dot debug. So now what I'll do is, I'll say a plus 2 and we'll see the output. Execute highlighted, one new log file is generated. I'm going to debug only. You can see this value will be added up. Actually, it is 14. For 14, if you add 2, it will become 16. But I want to modify that value permanently. So if you want to perform basic assignment, how we can do is, we can say a equals to a plus 2. It's a basic addition. Similarly, if you want to do same operation by taking help of shorthand assignment operator, notation is very simple. A plus E equals to 2. Both will give same meaning. So this is said as by using shorthand assignment operators. It means in a single step, we are performing addition and we are assigning that value to the variable. Any doubts on this? So if you look anything like this, means you should understand like this. Understood?
Yes, yes.
It's a very, very important thing. So any operator it might be, you should understand like this. Okay. So now let's suppose, so if I am doing a minus equals to 2, what it means?
Equal to minus.
A equals to a minus 2. That is the meaning of this operator. Similarly, we can use a into equals to 2. It means a equals to a into 2. A by equals to 2. It means a equals to a by 2. Getting right? In this way, you can use shorthand assignment operators. Any doubt on shorthand assignment operators?
No.
Done. So now, from here we need to execute now. Perfect. I'm executing the highlighted portion only. Debug only. So now you can see initially it is 14. A plus 2 16 means we are not storing this value locally, just we are displaying. After that, we are modifying the value by performing a equals to a plus 2. Then we are performing a equals to a minus 2. Means we are modifying the value. Okay. So in our operator, first he might explain those operators only. So equals to is the operator which is used to perform assignment. To assign some value to the variable, we'll take help of that. Plus equals to mean shorthand assignment addition operator. multiplication assignment operator, minus equals to means subtraction assignment operator, divided by means this thing. Okay, so it is division. The next, so here he is specifying another thing. So these symbols or and symbols are said as logical operators. So the purpose of this logical operators is to check whether your expression is true or false. Okay, so coming to the or means any. Remember or like any. So let's suppose if you have two things. So here, how can I explain? Yeah, I'll take a basic example so that you'll understand. So let's suppose system dot debug true, or I'm using or symbol, false. I want to execute this single line. So the new log file is generated. You can see debug only. So you can see it is giving true. Understood what I did here? So basically here we'll compare the conditions by taking help of or and. But here what I am going to convey is if if consider it is one condition, consider it is as another condition. If both the conditions are true, or if any one of these conditions is true, it will give you output like true. Why means in between both the conditions we are having or operator. Okay, so in place of or, if you use and, if both the conditions are true, then only it will give output like true. So in place of this, if you use and, what could be the output?
False.
Yes, false. You should have this basic idea. That stuff only he explained in a different aspect. So if you want to compare two conditions, we'll use that. True or false. So how he explained that? He explained this equals to, or equals to means if both are, if any one of these conditions is true, or if any one of these values is greater than 0, then it will give true in his context. Understood? Or can I take a same example which he mentioned here?
Understood.
Yeah, it's
Understood,
good.
right? It's good. Perfect. So the next bitwise shift left side assignment operator. It's not at all required. We won't use this right shift, left shift operator. These operators are used to perform shifting a digit. Shifting a digit means in any number, if you take, let's suppose if you define number 8. So if you perform bitwise left shift, it will become number 16. Means we are shifting one digit towards left. There is a different scene. We won't use it most of the cases. Okay. Ternary operator is a very important operator. Most of the times we'll use this ternary operator. What is the purpose of ternary operator then? So what is the purpose of ternary operator? So here he said this is a symbol, question mark, exclamation mark, sorry, exclamation mark, colon. It means, so here he is comparing two values. If this condition is true, it will give some value. X question mark Y. So ternary operator, right associative. This operator acts as a shorthand for if then else statement. If X a boolean is true, Y is the result. Otherwise Z. Understood? So I'll explain you this by taking an example so that you'll understand clearly. It's very, very important operator. So now deeper. So now what I want to do is I want to define, let's suppose, yeah, I don't want to define any. Yes, I'll keep a debug statement directly. System dot debug. In the debug statement, I'll use a ternary operator. So my ternary operator is, let's suppose A, we'll be having value in A, right? If it is greater than 0, then what I want to do is I want to say A is a positive value. Is a positive value. With comma, we need to specify a else statement. Else means like if this condition fails, it will give you the value which is after the comma, not a positive value. So here, what the purpose of ternary operator is, which is used to check some condition. If condition is true, it will give you the first statement. If it is true, it will give you a first statement. If it is false, then it will give you a this statement. Okay. So now I'll execute it so that you'll get a hands-on on these. Unexpected token, line 13. Where we kept Alex?
Yeah, you have to execute with that yeah, variable declaration also, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Where is the
Yes.
A value?
Yeah. Execute highlighted. Giving unexpected token. Okay.
Maybe it's colon instead of comma.
Where here?
A is a positive. After
think
that,
here
you mentioned
should have
comma,
a-
right?
We'll check structure. Oh, sorry.
Colon
In
they mentioned.
between both the things, we need to have semicolon. Here, it is not a comma.
Yeah, colon.
Yes. So we should follow the syntax. So if you are familiar with the syntax, it won't create any bad impact. Now it's running, ran successfully. Now you can see debug only. It's giving A is a positive value. Okay. So ternary operator most of the times, not most of the times, few times in a real time also will use. Okay. So we can write a nested ternary operators as well. So let's suppose I want to add more conditions on this with the ternary operators also we can do. Let's suppose if this condition is true, I want to check another condition here. You can check another condition. Again, you can specify a ternary operator as well. Like that, how much depth you want to specify a condition, so you can specify that much. Okay.
Yeah.
So if possible, tomorrow we'll see more examples on ternary operators before going to the conditional statements. Okay. The next AND operator, it's a logical operator. The purpose of this thing is to check two conditions. Let's suppose what I want to do is, so basically with this, what we did is we compare two values. But now requirement is I want to compare two conditions. Let's suppose system dot debug A is equals to 10 and where is and symbol? Yes, and A is greater than 0. The meaning of this is like we are comparing both the conditions. First, we are checking whether A is greater than 10. Sorry, A is equals to 10 or not. If it is true and A is greater than 0. If both the conditions are true, then only we'll get output like true. That is in case of AND. Whereas coming to OR, let's suppose if we keep a negative symbol less than 0. So similarly, same thing, if you keep it in OR statement, it will give you output like true. This is about OR. So above R is stands for bitwise, and this one, the double slashes is nothing but comparing multiple conditions. Here from here onwards, we need to execute now. Yes. Debug only. Okay. Log file got generated. Debug only. Okay. You can see false and true. Okay. So what you can do is you can walk through all these operators and practice operators. And if you stuck somewhere, let me know. I'll help you on that. And here it is about exact comparison, and this double equals to is nothing but like comparing the values. Let's suppose to understand the major difference between triple equals to and equals to, let's suppose it's developer console. We're having 1.5 minutes. Yeah, we can do it. So I'll define decimal b equals to 10, system dot debug a equals to b. Similarly, system dot debug a triple equals to b. We'll see the difference between both the things. Okay, so now we should execute from this portion. Exact equal allowed for reference types decimal. Okay, so it's not be allowed for this thing. A string data type we can take it. So I'll take help of, yeah. So we'll do it tomorrow and go through that document. You'll understand. Is it fine?
Okay.
Time is running out now.
Sure.
Okay, so you can walk through it. Tomorrow I'll start from here itself. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.